How much value do you place on the opening of a movie? What about the end? Should these be the best moments in a film? One of the filmmakers that I think places the most value on the beginnings and the endings of his films is Damien Chazelle. Today, I want to take a look at his second feature, Whiplash. According to Chazelle, the beginning is when the audience is the most susceptible, the most vulnerable, the most fertile. How do you maximize that moment? So what is he doing with this moment? Honestly, a lot. Despite how small the scene feels on its surface, this 3 minutes serves as the blueprint for the entire film. As Damien Chazelle himself describes it, he gives you the entire movie in a microcosm in the opening scene. Our first visual is Andrew Naiman alone. He's our protagonist. He's the character that we're going to follow throughout the story. Not even a full minute later, Fletcher, our antagonist, literally emerges from the shadows. And as the scene plays out, every choice within the frame visually demonstrates the nature of their relationship.
I'm first year.
You know who I am?
Yes, sir.
Everything about Fletcher just feels more powerful here. He sits higher in the frame and stands static and inexpressive, while Andrew constantly fidgets below him. Fletcher is partially obscured in shadow, while Andrew is fully lit and exposed. These choices reinforce the power dynamic between the pair and set us up with the central conflict for the movie in the opening seconds. To be fair, I bet most people would say that this is the most memorable scene from Whiplash.
Not quite my tempo. It's all good. No worries. Here we go.
And hey, that's fair. I would argue though that at its core, this scene is an echo of the first scene, just elevated to higher stakes. His editor, Tom Cross, once described Chazelle's philosophy like this. He really believes that your last scene in a movie, or your last section, should be your best, and that your second best scene should be your first. It's not just about starting with a bang, it's about going out on one too. So what about your entire movie condensed into a dream ballet, culminating in one of the most devastating shot reverse shots in film? Or maybe a montage demonstrating the power of film as a medium. Or maybe just a banger drum solo. Let's be very clear here. Damien Chazelle isn't the only filmmaker who does this. What if I asked you what the best scene from Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds is? Did you think of this?
Did they call you the Junta?
Ooh, that's a bingo.
What about Jackie Chan's Police Story? Or Spielberg's E.T.? Don't get me wrong either, this isn't a hard rule. There are plenty of amazing films that don't put their best scenes at the beginning or at the end.
I know, it sounds crazy. Trust me.
But to me, there's a lot of truth in something that Damien once said. Other than your first scene, he believes that the most important moment is when the lights come back on and people exit the theater, because that last scene is going to roll through their heads right afterwards. Throughout his work, the final sections of Chazelle's movies always stick with me. In the case of Whiplash, there's this poetic beauty about the way that its book ended. Chazelle uses this visual mirror from the first scene to the last, with these two shots dollying in on Andrew on the drums. There's also this brilliant yet subtle payoff between the two scenes. In the first scene, and throughout the film, Fletcher never really allows Andrew to get his rhythm going. I know, tragic for a drummer. The film starts with a very basic snare roll. He's building to something. And just as he gets rolling, Fletcher interrupts him.
I'm sorry.
No, stay.
But in the final scene, we get a full, unbroken 10 minutes of drumming, actually encouraged by Fletcher. And for the first time in the film, the pair are on the same side. Unlike the opening sequence, Andrew now has a confidence and a swagger to his body language. This time around, both of them are fully lit and exposed to a live audience. But they're sharing the moment together, beautifully visually demonstrated by the whip pan sequence. Whiplash, whip pans. That's good. Anyway, in this moment, Andrew achieves something that he wasn't able to in the opening scene. He proves that, just maybe, he could be one of the greats. And Fletcher believes that, just maybe, he has finally found and fostered greatness. Honestly though, it's kind of a bittersweet moment. Yes, we've seen our protagonist achieve his goal, but as we reflect back on the rest of the film, we as an audience can't help but wonder, at what cost?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Whenever I watch Whiplash, I always find myself sucked in from its first moment, and unable to stop thinking about those questions after it's over. Sometimes, I think this kind of filmmaking can be the difference between a movie you really love and one that sticks with you.